Go.
Hey guys, this is Jaws from Team Danger Zone Airsoft, and I'm here at Red Tactical Store in Pineville, North Carolina. We're all dressed up for a promo event later tonight, but since we've got some time to kill, we thought we should do a review and torture test on the new Amoeba magazines for M4 replicas that are coming from ZShot. These come in several different types. There's a high cap, which has the standard door on the top to load from and a wheel on the bottom. These aren't the ones that we're particularly concerned with because our team pretty much shoots all mid-caps. The mid-caps come in two varieties. There's the standard variety, which is a two-piece body with the internals built into it, and you'll notice here that there's no window. The premium versions are a three-piece body, where the body's a clamshell, and the working section is an insert in the middle of the magazine. These also have a window with fake bullets, which is kind of neat for the people that want their replicas to look extra real. And these are made out of a higher strength polymer than the standard mags are. Both of these have high strength springs, so they're going to be good for your high speed gun builds. And both types have built-in mag pulls, which is a really neat feature that we're going to talk about in just a second. Both styles come in black and tan as well. You can get premiums in high cap or mid cap, black or tan for all models. Now, I'm going to put my iPro on. We're going to go back to the range and see what it takes to break one of these things. For the feed test portion of our review, I'm here at Red Tactical's firing range with Wrench, Gabe, and Cruz. They're going to test out 9 different guns, and we're going to see which ones feed appropriately, which mag wells like the new magazines, which ones don't. We'll also be testing a high-speed setup and 2 HPA guns to make sure that the new mags with the high-intensity springs can keep up with high rates of fire. Wrench, what are you going to be testing out?
My custom Magpul VFC, the new Amoeba Sugar Weasel, and a Combat Machine, just your basic.
All right, Gabe, what are you testing?
Got a Magpul Masada, KWA M16, pretty standard, and then my custom SIG 5.56.
And Cruz, what are you going to be testing?
I got an Aries Tavor right here. I've got a GMP body with a G and G hop-up unit in this one, and I've got the PDR-C.
And those last two are both Polar Stars,
yes,
right?
These are both Polar Star.
Okay.
All right, the first one I'm going to be shooting today is the Magpul VFC. All right.
Semi-auto's good, full auto's good. Looks like that one feeds.
All right, next is the Amoeba Sugar Weasel. Semi. Full auto.
Obviously, the Amoeba mag would work well in the Amoeba gun, but no reason not to test it.
All right, and then our G&G Combat Machine. Your Semi. Full auto.
Works great in the G&G too.
All right, first up, Magpul Masada, semi-automatic, fully automatic.
Masada's a little bit of a tight fit, but it feeds fine.
KWA M16, semi-automatic, fully automatic, and custom built SIG 5.56, semi-automatic. And this weapon's actually not equipped with full auto.
This is the Ares Tavor. This one has a custom build on it. It is a full auto only, and it's set to burst. So when you hear it, when you hear that stop, it's the burst.
Now, it looks like this one's actually a little bit too strong, pushing BBs past the hop. Those are those high strength springs. Got to be careful of that.
All right, next is my custom build. It's a GMP body with a G&G hop-up unit in it. Semi-only. Full auto. This one is shooting about 28 rounds a second. Really nice fit. Next, we have the Magpul PDR-C. This one has a really hard problem with getting mags that fit in this. There's very select few of the mags that actually work. This one is a semi-only gun.
This is my custom gun. I'm gonna rip a whole mag through it just to see how it feeds and how fast it shoots. Fed every single BB, none even fell out.
Fantastic.
Pretty nice.
So for the torture test portion, one of the really nice features about these mags, as we've mentioned before, is that they have the built-in mag pulls. Well, these were designed as a cushion, so if you're dropping the mag straight out of your gun, these are rubberized, and they act as a bumper to help stop your mags from being destroyed, from being dropped out of the guns like this. It's pretty good. So now, we're going to drop this thing 100 times and see if it survives. 1, 2,
Mine just got
3, 4. Nope. 4 times we get a little bit of a separation. All right, that's the first 50. You can see we got a little body separation in the back here, a little bit of cracking. Got some distortion on the mag pull, that rubber bumper I was talking about, but top of the mag looks like it's intact and still spraying BBs out pretty good. Let's load some rounds in it and see if it'll still fire. So this is the same magazine, same cracks, same distortion on the mag pull. Looks like it still feeds just fine after 50 drops. Wrench, the next 50 are on you.
You notice how when we were doing our drop test, all of it was right on the base plate, the weakest part of the magazine. Not even on the side where they would normally fall. All right. 51. 60. A little bit more body separation. It's starting to come apart a little bit more. Little pieces broken off the front here. Still holding up pretty good though. 68. Oh, we have a little bit more separation. The bottom plate has started to come off. Nothing as simple as just pushing it back in there though. So, I mean, it's come apart a little bit more, but what number are we on? 69?
69.
69. 70. 71. Oh, another little issue. The mag pull is come unstrapped. It's just basically, just a little bit of a body issue.
That's rubber, right?
Yep, that's just rubber. And
See
actually,
if you
I
can
think
snap
if you,
it back in easy.
I think we can. Hold on. Just a little pop off the back plate here. Should be pretty simple. Yeah. And then you just reinsert in there, clip it back in, and you're still good to go. Okay. I think we're at 73, right?
Yeah, maybe 73.
We'll call it 73. 73. 74. Whoa, there we go. We got some major separation there.
74 total body separation.
Yep, total body separation. And as you notice, that's just the outside of the magazine. The inside of the magazine is got this nice high quality, very durable plastic on the inside. That's actually where the little bullet window shows is the fake bullets on the back there. The base plate is still attached. It's actually held in by a screw, which if you actually need to access this part of the magazine, just take that little screw off, pop it open like I did earlier, and you can get to this piece to service your magazine. But
now these are the premium type mags that have that core.
exactly. And let's see, we might actually be able to stick this thing back together. So let's try that now. Get our little mag pull in there. And I think any of us ingenuity kind of guys might be able to rig this up with some duct tape. Gotta love that duct tape.
How's that?
It went right back together. Let's try a feed test. See if it'll still function.
Dropped 74 times, exploded into pieces. Put it right back together. We're gonna load it up again and test it again. Man?
Yes, sir. How about it?
All right, so this time the Amoeba 13-inch sugar weasel. Well, there's a couple left in there, but no failures to feed until the last few, which is a pretty standard thing you see with different magazines, and this is the one that we just shattered into pieces. That was 74, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's keep going, see if we can break it.
All right. 75. Oh, there it goes back into pieces. It looks like we may still have this issue every time we drop it. So, you want to...
Let's put it back together one more time.
Okay.
Now you guys have this happen in the field. Something that you might want to do is do what my teammates and I do, which is hang a roll of electrical tape off your back. If you happen to be in a situation where you've dropped your magazine 75 times, this
On
would definitely
concrete.
come in handy.
On concrete, I might add.
Oh yeah, on concrete. This is not grass or dirt. This is straight up concrete. So to continue this test, we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing in duct tape, electrical tape. Appreciate that.
There you go.
And see if that doesn't act as a good field fix for it.
All
What
right.
are we on, 75?
So 75.
76.
So 76. Held up. 85. Oh, little separation of the base plate again. As I showed you before, shouldn't be too hard of a fix. All right, just clip it right back in. 85. Oh, base plate has come off again. And actually, I've noticed that with a fixture of a little bit more tape wrapped this way, you might be able to get that. But the two little pieces that hold the mag or the bag base plate in have completely broken off. So we're going to have that issue of the bottom falling off. But like I said, with a little extra tape, put that right back on there.
All right, so every time now the bottom's going to pop off and the core's going to fly out.
Yes.
So we got to 85 drops. The body of the mag failed at 74. A little bit of electrical tape, still fed fine. We're now at 85 drops. The tabs that hold the bottom of the mag on have completely completely broken off. Time for another feed test, I think.
All right.
Wrench, if you would do the honors.
I sure will. None fell out, fed every BB. Still fired without a miss.
Dropped 85 times, still feeds every round, but we promised 100, so we're gonna keep going and see how many parts we can break off of this thing. 86. 87. And keep in mind, from 85 on, these are lacking that rubber bumper that we were talking about. 92. 98. 99. 100.
I like the finale there.
Base plate's totally wobbling, core's moving in and out freely now. If we took the tape off, I'm sure that the outer halves of the body would come off. Keep in mind, this is the premium version mag. We're not doing a torture test on the standard mag, although we anticipate those are going to be pretty durable too. This one's constructed out of a little bit higher grade polymer, and it does have the outer shell separate, which might offer it a little bit of protection. Should we have a feed test?
Sure, why not? Still fits in there. Now notice that the base plate is coming off, so it may have a little bit of a feed issue, but I don't foresee it being too big of a problem. This is full auto. Not a BB fell out, fed every one.
Shattered into pieces, dropped 99 times, slammed against the wall, put back together with electrical tape, still feeds 140 rounds with no problem. I'd say it passes the drop test.
How about we take it out and run it over with a car?
Go.
Obviously, dropping this thing and slamming it against the wall isn't enough to break it. We're going to add a second premium mag, brand new, as a control, and I guess we're just going to start running them over with a bunch of cars. We'll start with the old school Supra. This one weighs about 3,000 pounds. The one we dropped first, the brand new one second. Go ahead, both tires. I don't know, some scratches, but they both still look pretty good considering. I think we need to up the weight. Let's go to the 3,500 pound Jeep.
6,500 pound Jeep.
Oh, my bad. 60, that, what he said, a lot more poundage. Old one first, new one second, both tires. Thank you. Well, scratched up, but it still looks pretty good. And I don't see any new damage to this one at all. How about the Expedition? This Expedition weighs a little over 8,000 pounds. Old one first, new one second. Both tires. Okay. Well, I'm seeing some more scratches. Looks like no body damage on the new one, not that's discernible anyway. Remains to be seen what the internals look like, although we do have a little bit of extra wobble in the base plate of the one we dropped. Time for a shooting test. We'll start with the one that was brand new, that we ran over with 3 vehicles. This is the Amoeba 13-inch Sugar Weasel. I'll start with semi. Looks like it's feeding fine on semi. Time for the full auto. Dropping a couple of rounds out of this gun, but the last few failure to feed's pretty normal with airsoft magazines. Fed every round other than those, semi or full auto, after being run over with 3 vehicles. That's pretty fantastic. Now, the one that we dropped 99 times and smashed into the wall, Wrench has in his custom-built VFC. Let's see what this one does.
Here's semi-auto.
Will that feed without you holding the brake plate with it broken out like that?
Do what?
Just leave it hanging, see if it feeds. I'm curious.
All right, and here's the full auto.
Sounded like there was a couple of skips, but fed every single round. Also, something that we should have mentioned in the test earlier is that this custom gun, do you mind?
Yes.
This custom gun has a Pro-Win hop-up in it. Can you see that on the camera? Mm-hmm. So those of you that were curious if these magazines will work with a Pro-Win, absolutely they will.
Yeah.
In addition to torture testing and feed testing these magazines, just to point out, they do fit in a wide range of mag carriers. Occasionally you'll have some issue where magazine's a slightly different size or whatever, but they fit fine in tacos. Tab. They fit fine in the Blue Force Gear triples and also in the Condor pouches, which I have on the back here. Another neat thing about the way these mag pulls work, you can yank them out with your indexing finger to draw and be ready to insert like this if that's your preference. That's how you'd normally use a Ranger plate without that plate having to get in your way. But another really interesting feature of these, which I've enjoyed, is that I can run my bungee retention without having to pick one side or the other of a mag pull. So now when I go to index my magazine, I'm pushing the bungee retention off, and as I pull my finger back up, I'm grabbing the mag pull. It's very easy, it's a very slick motion, it's a nice feature. Dropped 99 times, slammed into the wall, run over with an Expedition, a Jeep, and an old Supra. Still feeds. We can't figure out how to break it. I'll say this one is definitely approved by the danger zone.